Yo! Welcome to another episode of Gaming with your boy, Mr. C. And guys, today we have MLB The Show 21 on deck, so crank out my walkout music. Gaming with Mr. C. Gaming with Mr. C. Normally I wouldn't do a video on a game with such a storied history such as the MLB. I mean, the game's been out since the original PlayStation. However, this year's title has an asterisk next to it like Barry Bonds. This game is actually coming out on something other than the PlayStation. And your boy Mr. C got to take a swing at the Xbox tech test. So what did I think? Unfortunately, due to some legalities and some sticky yellow tape, I mean, this beer does not do good with yellow tape. I'm not actually able to show my personal footage of me playing MLB The Show. However, I still wanted to be able to talk about the game because my concern, I would think would be also your concern, is that if you guys remember when the MLB came out on the original PS2, it was garbage. However, for the last decade, MLB The Show has been in top tier baseball game, and the Xbox hasn't had a real MLB baseball game since 2013. So my fear was with the MLB forcing Sony to put this on other platforms, does that increased workload? Is that going to be at the sacrifice of the quality of the game? Is them working with a new architecture going to drop the quality of the game on the Xbox? Or just the fact that there's a new controller, is that going to feel weird playing MLB The Show? And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Alright guys, so after a few runs with the game on the Xbox, I just wanted to talk to you guys about what you're going to be doing on the field, the actual in-game mechanics and the presentation. As far as the modes go, I'm not going to get into that because basically I haven't even had a chance to play them. I'm just going to talk about the actual game and does it going to live up to that same high level expectations we've come to know from MLB The Show. So from a controller standpoint, I actually felt right at home playing this MLB The Show with the Xbox controller. The only thing that I would say is that the controls didn't feel as tight as they do on PlayStation, but it's not by any means bad. I still felt comfortable playing them, and they felt just as responsive as ever. The one weird thing that really threw me off that I never thought I would say is that it was weird not having that speaker in the controller playing the game, and I never ever thought I would say that, but it's definitely true. And I would be anxious to kind of see how they integrate some of those new features with the PlayStation controller into this game, but that's yet to be seen. So graphically, I don't know about you guys, but graphically, MLB The Show, when it first came out on PS4, those first year or two, I was actually blown away every time I turned the game on. Now, the last couple years on the PS4 and PS4 Pro, I wasn't as blown away. It doesn't mean the game looked bad. It just, I wasn't like, Beginning of this, that generation, the PS4 generation, I felt that the graphics were like top tier. Now I'm just, I guess, more accustomed to them. So I played on the Xbox Series X, and I think that the graphics were just as tight and bright and crisp as they were on the PlayStation. So I think overall, guys, I think Sony actually did a really good job of taking their gold standard of baseball and transporting that to the Xbox. So I hope come this April, you're ready to step up to the plate. Gaming with Mr. C. Gaming with Mr. C.